Hello and welcome, my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your timeless True Love Timeline read. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons. Mal for short. They're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. It is available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box. You click it, you can preview it for free. See how I got to 25 years, May 1st, 25 years in business, and at the time of this timeless recording. Ooh, so close. And while you're down there, if you're going down to the description box, there's also a link for my Patreon, patreon.com/drawing the circle, my magnificently marvelous, magical, mystical membership platform, giving my subscribers over there so much good stuff. We have 8 different levels of subscription. At the time of this timeless recording, we've got seekers, humans, heroes, angels, witches, mystics, gods, goddesses is one tier. It's at the top. They get everything on the menu. All of my subscribers, however, regardless of what level they jump in on, get 2 things that they all share. What do they get? They get the extended reads, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, and there are an awful lot of them on there. You can Vimeo.com if you like, and please do if you feel so cold. But they get all of them as long as they remain subscribers, as well as they get what I call a daily check-in. Daily check-in is an unlisted YouTube live stream link that I send to my patrons across the board every morning from the couch, using the laptop, cup of coffee, bathrobe, unlisted YouTube live stream link, so that they can literally chat with me about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a little prayer, a little blessing, a little something to send us on our way. And it's my favorite way to start the day. Kidding, snuggling on the couch, get myself a cup of coffee, and talk to people who actually want what I'm serving in the world. Oh, heck yes. I'm loving it over there. We're doing exclusive workshops over there, depending upon level of subscription. There's just a lot. Love my community over there. Having a field day, doing some recorded live Zoom workshops and recording it and all of that. So if you would like a deeper dive, sorry, the cards were going in different directions. I am a Virgo. That's not allowed on camera. If you would like the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, just come play on Patreon. Click the link, see what's on the menu. Because I'm serving up quite a bit over there as the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons. Hey, but just call me Mal, shall we? This is a new series. This is the 3rd one. I did Aries, I did Taurus, sort of knocked him out of the park. This is a bit of a quicker read than what I'm used to doing, particularly on the subject of true love. I do the Path of True Love reads with extendeds. I do the Romantic Soulmate reads with extended. Now, this is just 7 cards, 6 of which are tarot, and 1 of which is what I called a wild card. Before I do all of this, I tune into the divine. I say, okay, who's the wild card? And so your 7th card, your last card down, will be the Archangel Fire Oracle by Alexandra Wenman, Findhorn Publishing. So it's a timeline, past, present, future. Could be yesterday, today, tomorrow. Could be 10,000 years ago, 5 seconds now, and your 12th lifetime. I don't know. It is a general read, right? So cross-watchers, have at it, right? You'll get some insight into the one you are cross-watching for, but keep in mind, these are not always romantic. They can be. The thing about the Path of True Love is it's your hero's journey, your healing journey, your spiritual awakening through the many relationships in your life, chipping away the excess marble, revealing the divine statue, the divine creation you are at your core, or the true love that we all are at the core of our soul. Yeah, that kind of deal. The more and more we consciously align ourselves with the true love timeline, which would be about making the wisest, most loving, most empowered decisions, healing all your relationships. You're the common denominator in all your relationships, so you don't got to heal them. You got to heal you. You got to align you and lead by example, right? or however you play that out. Holographically, we're all helping each other heal, but the more deliberate and clear we are about it, I think the wiser that tends to be. So it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. These are running around 25 minutes. I'm used to doing much longer. So I'm enjoying this. Let's have fun with this if we can. And I'll explain it as I go, because I always do. Cool beans, cool beans. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do my best to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace to help you navigate the true love timeline. A purely golden timeline, but incrementally getting there, and psyched to do so. Shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. So please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And here we go. Using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, I call upon my goddesses of true love. For the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, the Daughters of the Moon Tarot give us past, present, future. We're going to put all of the tarot face down, and then we'll turn them over, past, then present, then future. So, where have they been on the path of true love? The inside world, spiritual power, mental power, willpower, and emotional power, their creative intuition. Where have they been on the path of true love, internal stuff that they may or may not share with everybody? Although they're Geminis, they do tend to, but maybe not Gemini moons so much. So there's the past. Where are they now? On the timeline, the true love timeline, on the path of true love, present moment at the time of this reading, and then where are they headed in the true love timeline? See, much faster these, but let's get 3 mythic tarot for the lower 3 chakras, the masculine dynamic, the yang dynamic, outside, looking in at yourself like in a mirror, inside, you looking out at different people, places, and things. Lower 3 chakras are about relationships in the world, including your relationship to yourself. Let's see what the gods have to say. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of true love, beloved ones, please. 3 cards in clarity, past, present, future, simple timeline, true love timeline. For the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, where have they been? Lower 3 chakra dynamic, outside in, inside out, on the true love. It's 2. Figured Geminis, there's always 2 cards that want to come out, one for each of you. So what do you got? Where have they been? Lower 3 chakra dynamic on the timeline. Where are they now? Lower 3 chakra dynamic in the true love timeline, and where are they headed on the true love timeline? I feel ya in this timeless true love timeline read. Let's see. This feels so like a card trick for some reason, flipping them over like that. Well, well, 2 major arcana cards. I think we have all elements here. Fire, you'll see, fire, earth, no air, but water and spirit. All right, let's look where you've been. 3 of Cups on the inner. A card of celebration, but on the inside, if we're going to pick heart, throat, third eye, or crown, it's heart. It's the emotional. Bonding is the key word written on the card. And, make new friends, meet the old. One is silver, the other gold. But with the Wheel of Fortune, lower 3 chakras, when it's a major arcana card, it's all 3 chakras. If this was major arcana, it would be all 4 chakras. We are looking at something written, something destined, even if it completely blew up. I'm not saying that it did. But even if it was just a total shite show, it was scripted. It was written. These are the fates, man. One spins, one measures, one cuts. The fates write the timelines, weave the timelines, but fate you can't change, right? There are certain things that are just written, but you can alchemize it into destiny, led to gold, by taking the hero's journey, doing the healing. So definitely this feels very friendly, very open-hearted. Threes are numbers of initial stability, right, that can be built upon. So like a good friendship here. Now, yes, this could be a wedding, but that's inside. Weddings are usually outside, right? But definitely perfect timing, even if you look back and go, "Wah!" Right? I don't see that here, but I am saying maybe in the future you will look back and do that. You'll get there in a minute. But definitely there's something woven here. The wheel is turning. Things are changing, but cyclically. Necessary, something that is written, is going on here. Or let's say was. It's a good foundation, though, to say that if you're working your destiny out of your fate, taking the hero's journey, then I think you're going to love where you are right now. Inside, you got the Ten of Flames, the completion of your heart's desire in some way inside. Now, the thing with element of fire, it tends to be the throat chakra. So something that you have completed of your own free will, willpower, choices, and decisions here. And outside of that, if this is you from the outside, because this feels like you looking out at what's going on or what happened in the past, seeing it as, oh, that couldn't have happened any other way, right? That was just the way that thing was written. But with the card of the sun, Apollo, a god of truth, a god of light, a god of healing, a god of the sun, this is very much not just fire with fire of it. You know, the sun is really a ball of gas, but, you know, it's the element of fire astrologically. It's okay. I'm okay with it. But this is the hora, the Jewish dance of celebration, a rite of passage, weddings, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and all of that. I love a good bar mitzvah, man. I've had some amazing times. Well, you know, my mother divorced my father and married her Jewish divorce lawyer, my stepfather. So, you know, of course, it was exposed by like age 4 to all sorts of cool stuff in that way. So look, lower 3 chakras all united by the sun. This could be somebody. This could be somebody who is really healthy, happy, I mean, who's there all the time. But if this is you from the outside looking in, which I think is more the case, you've completed something where you are right now inside of yourself, taking a spark and turning it into a dance, right? Something that's so moving, that's so celebratory. I know, different than the Ten of Wands we're used to seeing in traditional tarot, and that ain't on the table either. So that does make sense, all that fire on the inside. If this is you being radiant, being happy, being healthy, regardless of who else is involved in here, if that is you, that does make sense. You completed some kind of lesson by your own choice, by your own will. Probably wasn't easy. But as a result, you are shining bright like a diamond, Rihanna. But you know, Rhiannon, let's not Stevie Nicks ourselves this early in the day, because where you're headed, you got a double pentacle, man. You got 6 of Pentacles, success on the inner, right? 6s numerologically are about balance and harmony. So this is a Paralympics race. A little hard to say today, right? It's like anybody who's in the game wins, right? All you got to do is keep moving forward. The key word on here, though, is success, right? Crossing the finish line. And yes, perhaps you went through it, or maybe you're going through it now. That could be internal alchemy. There's all sorts of things that hora dance, but it is a dance of celebration. This feels really good, particularly with the card, the tarot card of the sun, which lightens the vibe of every other card in the spread. This is pretty good because remember I said about looking at things, perhaps reevaluating. You got the 7 of Pentacles on the lower. So there's some success that happens inside of you. When it's an earth card on the inside, it's about knowledge that you have, but that you brought it into the physical world and gained wisdom. Wisdom cannot be taken from you, right? Like if you've been somewhere that nobody else has been in your life, literally or metaphorically, you come back with an experience and you share your stories. Those are wisdom stories. This is where our legends and our myths sort of come from. So to kind of sit back at this. You've really, really accomplished some stuff here, some interior success that is making you sort of look at perhaps your relationships in the world in terms of what they are worth to you. A card of appraisal. You know, it's different than analysis. You're going to have let's say a piece of jewelry appraised. Well, yeah, you want to know if it's zircon or diamond, right? You want to know what it is, but you want to know what it's worth, right? So again, is this screaming romantic? Could be, obviously could be, but could be anything, and that's why I make the larger readings with the extendeds to go into more detail. Oh, but I'm going to be traveling and seeing my mom in Saratoga, which is why the gods gave me, do that thing. I do this for myself and for friends every now and again, something like this. They're like, do that. I'm like, oh, that'll serve. They're like, you're damn right it will. I'm a Virgo. It doesn't always have to be so thinky. Although I am talking to a Geminis, or their cross-watchers. Kidding, sort of. Let's get your last card down. Look, I keep my readings fun. This is the only way I can keep my energy up to get them done. I am 54 years old at the time of this recording. Yeah, I know, I don't look it. Thanks. A little witchcraft goes a long way. A little bit every day. So let's talk to the archangels. The Archangel Fire Oracle, there's a lot of info in that bookie book on the table here. I'm just going to read you a little bit of it. But everyone has angels and archangels. They are celestial beings. They do not care about your political leaning or your genetic whoosy-whatsis. They are light, truth, and love all at once. So let's see which one is there. But here's the thing about archangels. They're not rude. They don't just show up on your doorstep, right? Unannounced. Sometimes they do, but usually because you made the prayer of help, right? You got a call to them. So let's see who's waiting in the wings with their wings, ready to zoom in and help. Breathe. Because I would think where you are right now with that sun there, and by the way, Apollo is depicted with wings on this. So I would say that's probably a good little clue to hint there. Please take a nice deep breath. Okay, he said relax. Okay, still play. As I call upon the pantheon of archangels for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers, watching this video, drawn to this reading, please, who is the archangel waiting in the wings with the wings, will not come uninvited, but will come when, politely, sometimes desperately called upon, swoop in to help them heal. Who's waiting to help them on the timeless True Love timeline, the Geminis and the cross-watchers? Sandalphon. Oh, you got the hot blonde rocker angel. Oh my goodness gracious. This is the kind of guy I used to fall for a lot. It's nice to know he made it up to the Celestials, right? Woof. I don't know, like he's got Anthony Kiedis' hair, but I'm not exactly sure whose face that is. But I'm into it. Nice loot. Okay. All right, enough horsing around. Card number 5, Sandalphon. You'd think he'd be the archangel of, open-toed footwear, but I doubt he is for some reason. And the archangels love me. They let me get away with my sense of humor. Spoonful of humor to make the mystic medicine go down. Your key word is prayer. Very element of air, which also rhymes. The angel who truly links heaven and earth, Sandalphon, is known as the tallest angel. Oh, that's why I'm attracted to him. I like tall. So gigantic, in fact, that it is said to take 500 years to travel from his feet to his head. Well, that's going to make foreplay a bit of a lifetime thing. Let's often symbolized by the wheel of fire rolling down the road. Please notice I'm my next of kin. Sandalphon is also known as the wheel of the divine chariot, and like his image in the card, he keeps our feet firmly planted on the ground while we embark on our journey to enlightenment. The message: surrender your requests and worries to heaven so you can make space for positive change. Wait for a miracle. I am here to receive your wishes, and I am working to help you manifest hopes into tangible form. And that's lovely on the path of true love. We pray more than we realize, right? Have you ever been like, well, if you're on Long Island, this is Long Island specific, but you get the vibe. Sitting on the LIE, rush hour traffic, you just had Chipotle, and you're 10 miles away from the house. Like, oh, please, don't make me poop the car, right? Prayer, there are many different modalities of prayer, from the colloquial to the ritual to the meditative, right? So many ways. Course in Miracles says, I'm a student and a teacher of Course in Miracles, have been for decades. In the beginning of the book, there's 50 miracle principles, and there's one that I memorized because it involves prayer. I have the grace of prayer. It's also in my book, Words of Grace. I was born with the grace of prayer. Prayer is the medium of miracles, a means of communication between creation and creator. Through prayer, love is received, and through miracles, love is expressed. Yeah, it is unity. It is about opening the heart. It is a true love gig. But Sandalphon certainly go into prayer. Now, looking at this timeline, I would say now would be a good time to do that right here in, well, not this present moment necessarily, but where you are on the timeline, because you're coming from a destined place, or at least a fated place. The Three of Cups doesn't feel horrible there. Very heart chakra. Ten of Flames here, though. You've got a lot of internal power, but willpower, throat chakra, your voice, third house, Gemini self-expression, to then take that into the future with a balanced, successful internal wisdom while you appraise. So you pray, you surrender, you say, this is what I'd like, but my thing is for the well-being of all and with harm to none. In other words, if it's going to sink Atlantis again, let's not, because it's a lovely resort. I've been there. It's nice. A lot of kids. Too many kids for me, though, but whatever. The Bahamas. I love the Bahamas. Atlantis! Seriously. So, look, I'm going to put this together in a blessimation. This does make sense to me, but the blessimation is a form of blessing and prayer, a blessing and a summation, that the divine kind of puts it all together. And remember, it's a general read. And then we'll chat. Please take a nice deep breath. He said, crossing his arms over his solar plexus, but you can't see it on camera. Let's keep it light, kids. Still point. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need on the true love timeline. Because in the past, there was definitely a heart opening here, but something changed with the turning of the wheel. It was something that was destined. It was something that was scripted. It was something that was fated. But for them to alchemize their destiny from fate, the gold from the lead, it would make sense that they would be completing something inside, something that was really, really important of their own free will. That does perhaps make them more radiant, more gold than lead, more love than fear, more truth than illusion, preparing them to go forward successfully on the path of true love with balance and harmony within themselves from the wisdom they have gained from this, while they assess, while they look at the many people in their lives, the many relationships in their lives, to perhaps see what is supportive and what isn't. And since we don't know what's going to happen in any one particular timeline, let alone the true love timeline, to surrender it all. They already know what we want. They wrote it in our hearts, them angels and archangels and pantheons of the divine. So when we try and over-control it, when we try and over-manipulate, overwork it, it never goes well. So to surrender to it in prayer, they already know, they do want to help. And because we are looking at Mercurial Gemini here, that element of air, that throat chakra expression, even if it's silently, even if no one else hears it on the outside, or they scream it from the top of their lungs, from top of a Costco, may they be blessed with all that they need, with the candor, the humor, the innocence, the vulnerability to make this prayer and make their way. On the golden timeline, the true love timeline, anchoring the energy of truth and love as one into the Earth's electromagnetic field, making this place much better for not just them, not just for the people in their lives, but all people everywhere and all of life, including puppies and kittens. On the true love timeline, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mould it be. So it is. And marmosets, because Mama said there'd be days like this. There'd be days like this. My marmoset. The millennials and the Generation Xers go, what the fresh hell was that? But, you know, some of my people know what I'm talking about. Did you like the reading? Hit the thumbs up. Help other people find it. Subscribe if you want more of me. Comment below, because I would love to know what form this takes place in, because Three of Cups, this could be a friendship thing, but I think it's going to go well after some evaluation. And if you want the deeper dive, you want to more than just dip your toe into this mystical art stuff, come Patreon on Patreon. It's the best career move I ever made. And I am a Virgo with a Pisces moon, Leo rising, and, you know, Venus and Libra. Patreon's perfect for me as a creative type that I am. So I highly recommend it if you are also in that genre, but you can do a lot on Patreon. But I'm doing cool stuff and really digging it big time. So come play along, come Patreon on Patreon, or at least go look at the menu. And if you want to book me for a private reading, here's the thing. At the time of this timeless recording, my company is only 25 years old. They've been $100 an hour since 1998, flat rate for a single reading or a party, right? And if I go over, I was always like, you tip me if you want, but if I go over, that's on me. Well, I think it's time I up my prices. So there's a link in the description box. Booking a reading with Mal. A video here on YouTube will explain all the logistics for you. And if you book me before May 1st, even if the reading or whatever is after May 1st, I will honor that price. Otherwise, I'm not sure whether it's going to be $125 or $150. It's probably going to be one of them, but, you know, I have time to figure that out. So if you want, reach out and touch someone, reach out and book me for a reading, because I'll be glad to help. I've been doing these readings for a very long time. But most of all, hang in there. Path to true love ain't easy, but the true love timeline is just all about you and you being the love that you are at your core, all the way to the tips of your toes and the ends of your hair, if you have it like that. So wishing you the very, very best on the timeless timeline, true love of it all. Heal, hail, I love you, stay outrageous, truly, truly outrageous. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be.